Hey you guys, and welcome back to another video from Courtney and Amari. And in today's video we are going to be talking about the 3 top tips that I have for budgeting and financial stability. You need to know this, okay? So my first tip is having multiple bank accounts. And I know you probably hear other people when it's talking about budgeting, when it's talking about savings, financial stability, they're always like, oh, have 17 bank accounts, oh, have 16 bank accounts, have so many bank accounts that each bank account is for each thing that you're spending, groceries, light bill, water bill, etc. That's not what I'm saying here. I am saying having multiple bank accounts from 2 to 3 bank accounts. Why? Because it's kind of hard to try to get 17 different banking accounts. I've tried to do it in the past before and I didn't have any luck with that. I don't know what area anyone else may be in where they can get 17 and 16 bank accounts, but it didn't work for me. So I'm going to tell you what worked for me, having 2 to 3 bank accounts. Now, I have 3 bank accounts, right? One is designated for savings, always savings, right? And then we have the regular checking account where I get my direct deposit in. That's cool. But then I have an additional bank account where I do not touch that money, but it is funded for certain things. And that bank account is exclusively for my rent. Only for my rent. The only thing that is coming out of that bank account is my rent at the first of every month. And the way that I operate that bank account is I set a budget for myself every week to pay myself. Paying my rent is paying myself. That's what I say. I pay to that bank account $250 to $300 a week from my weekly paycheck to know that I am secure when it comes to my rent. So with those volumes coming out of my bank account, I am left with a certain amount of money that I know that I'm able to work with because I am living below and within my means, right? So the other bank accounts, savings account, definitely don't touch it. But the direct deposit account is the account that I'm sending the $250 to $300 a week to my other bank account. But also, this is the account that pays part 2. So my second tip is having credit cards to help pay your bills. I am not saying to have 5, 10 credit cards. No, I don't agree with that unless you are really good at managing your money. But what I'm saying is having 2 to 3 credit cards. Why? Because paying bills with cash and paying bills with debit cards is not going to move your credit score. I am sorry to tell you, it is not going to move your credit score. If you have 2 or 3 credit cards, you will be able to bump up your credit score. Paying everything cash is not always going to help or look good on your credit score. And unfortunately, we live in a place where the only way that you will have good credit is if you have debt. So you have to have some good debt that is going to help you reach your financial goals and your financial status. So what I use is 2 to 3 credit cards. And how I use my credit cards is one credit card is designated to my light bill and the other credit card is designated to my internet bill, okay? Only 2 credit cards, that's all I need. I don't need anything extra. Now I do have a 3rd credit card and that's with Chime. That's the credit builder. I use that every so often, but it is one of those secured credit cards where you can only spend the amount of money that you put on it. So, but my other 2 credit cards, they're not like that. You have the credit limit. It could be from $300 to $500 to $1,000, and you want to make sure you're only using 30% or below, even 12% if you want to. try not to go over that 30% threshold, because the utilization when it comes to credit, it really does hurt it. Once I noticed with having a credit card over the past 2 years is when they report, it really has a difference on your credit score, and it makes it look good, and it looks good to lenders if you need to get a car loan, or if you're wanting to get a mortgage, or wanting to purchase a house, or purchase anything that you desire. Credit will take you a long way. So I highly advise, if you are able to get approved for 1 or 2 credit cards, I advise you applying so that you can use it for things that you already know that you're going to pay for and use on a monthly basis, not a day-to-day basis, but a monthly basis, and you will be secured. And my third tip is keeping track of your expenses. And I have so many bullet points up under keeping track of your expenses and some tips with this tip. Okay, so the first tip with this tip is saying what's coming in your bank account and what's going out of your bank account. Do you know exactly what you're spending your money on? Do you know if you're spending over what you're making every month? Is your bank account going in the negative? Being mindful of what you are doing with your money. You don't have to do that every dollar like everyone is saying, but being knowledgeable and aware of what's coming in and out of your bank account is top tier. I feel like that's top tier. Like, we need to know what's going in and out of our bank account so that we can be financially successful and financially stable, because we want to live our best lives too, but we got to learn how to budget. We got to learn how to be financially stable. The second question would be, when it comes to writing out and tracking all your expenses, are you living above or below your means? That is a deep question to ask yourself. Like, am I buying everything I just want, or am I buying everything I need and I'm still going, you know, below and under? Do I need to start couponing, or do I need to meal prep, meal plan? What are some things that I can do to help me track and keep track of my expenses, but also continue to live below my means? The third tip with tracking your expenses is, how many sources of income do you have? You know, there is government assistance out here. I know they have the child tax credit. If you guys, you know, have any children, you guys may be getting that monthly, working your job. What is it, and what type of income do you have coming in that is providing for you? Fourth question would be, how can you cut your expenses? How to budget, and do you know how to budget? And that is like 5 questions that I wanted to ask for the third tip, tracking your expenses. Are you scared of tracking your expenses because you don't know what the outcome is going to be? Or you're nervous? Are you scared about what the outcome is going to be? Are you feeling like you're going to be too hard on yourself, very judgmental? Are those things going through your mind when it comes to budgeting and being financially stable? And I feel like sometimes, because I've been there plenty of times where I'm not budgeting my money and I'm not being financially stable because I'm making poor financial decisions, because I want to go get my nails done. I can afford to get my nails done now, but I want to go get my nails done, or I want to go get my hair done. Oh, treat yourself, treat yourself. I continuously did that into where treat yourself was, you ain't getting no treats, you ain't getting no groceries either, you know? And that's the part where I am striving, and I want to be a source. I want to be here to be able to help people when it comes to financial literacy, when it comes to bettering your finances and staying on top of your budget. Sometimes you can have cheat days, and that is where we need to stand firm and know what it is that we're wanting to do when it comes to our cheat days. What is your limit, your cash flow limit when it comes to your cheat days? You know, I feel like everybody should have one at least once or twice. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on. We deserve to treat ourselves for our hard work, but how can we maintain that status of financial stability? All right, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope I didn't sound too preachy. Please forgive me if I sounded too preachy. I'm preaching to the old me, okay? I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please give it a thumbs up, leave comments down below, subscribe, hit that notification bell so you won't ever miss an upload, and I will see you wonderful people in my next one.